If you can't get your kids to eat healthily, get them to drink healthily. Now, this is one of my favorite sections of this DVD. This is the Incredible Hulk recipe, and in a minute you'll see the Popeye recipe. Now, these are just a couple of variations that you can do. This is just to give you an idea of how to, yes, tell a white lie to your children in order to have them have raw vegetables. Imagine your kid drinking vegetables. Now, you're never going to really get them to drink vegetables if you tell them what's in it. History has taught me that. However, you can get them to drink it by not telling them what's in it. Now, here's all you need. Always have a couple of apples, really, or a bit of pineapple or something like that. Now, I'm going to use apple and pineapple and also lemon. Now, this is like the good tasting stuff. And now, bear in mind, this is still incredibly good for them. If you just had apple, pineapple, and lemon in itself, freshly extracted, it's oozing with vitamins and minerals. But we want to get something like the rich power chlorophyll, energy contained within plant matter. In particular, spinach here. Now, getting your children to eat raw spinach would be more or less impossible. If you showed them that you were juicing this and it came out green, again, it's almost impossible. Same with things like celery. So here's how to disguise it. Let me just show you exactly what to do. Remember, keep it simple. We want an apple in the bottom. Now, you can, if you don't have any pineapple, just have another apple in this as well. But I'm going to use some pineapple because children love the taste of freshly extracted pineapple. Now, to keep it simple, what we don't want to do is take off all the rind off the outside. We're just going to cut it very simply like this and juice it as it is. Now we're going to put some spinach into the wide shoot. Now listen, again, if you don't have one of these or any kind of wide shoot, you can see as we do recipe after recipe how much easier that it is. But if not, just put it through whatever size funnel or shoot that you have. We're going to put some lemon in there. Now a little bit of celery because, you know, of all the things you can hide, you know, celery is probably the trickiest because kids tend to kind of go, you know, what's that flavor? They've got a bit of celery in. Sometimes it's a bit powerful, just a tiny bit of celery, but it is very powerful in its juice form. Plenty of nutrition in. And then we're just going to feed the pineapple in afterwards. So we just turn this on, feed this through. Now it's coming out nice and green, but because you've called it the Incredible Hulk, they don't really question it. And it's not powerfully green. Now what you need to do is tell them, here's the trick. What you need to do is to tell the kids, add some ice, make sure that it's nice and cool. You need to make sure that the juice is cool so they don't really taste any of the vegetables. So pour it over some beautiful amount of ice. Make sure you just have that under there to capture any of the drips. Now when you pour it in, and it should make a full glass, there it does. One full glass. You saw how much pineapple we had, just like a slice of pineapple that we put in, one apple, tiny bit of celery, just a small chunk of lemon, and the apple, of course, going in, and the spinach. Now, look at this. It looks gorgeous. Now, if you said to a child, look, this is vegetables, they're not going to drink it. If you say, look, I've made you a nice kiwi surprise. The surprise, of course, is there's no kiwi in it. You see, there's not a... See, that just tastes... I'll tell you what that tastes like. That tastes like sherbet lemonade. That's precisely what it tastes like. But of course, it's called the Incredible Hulk because it has an incredible taste and it's incredibly good for you. And like the Incredible Hulk, it's a great spinach, it's a great muscle builder. So you can get your kids drinking vegetables. Incredible. Just don't tell them what's in it. This recipe is called the Popeye, designed for children, and it's no surprise, being called the Popeye, that it also has spinach in. This is a great muscle builder, a great bone builder. However, children will not eat spinach, let alone drink this stuff. So what we've done is combine it with some nice tasting stuff, such as apple juice, pineapple, and some cinnamon to add a little bit of spice to it. Now we've also got some raw beetroot in. Now raw beetroot is incredibly sweet, and this is a great blood builder. Now what you won't see in the recipes for kids are things like carrots. Now, just carrot juice by itself, or carrot and apple, is a great one to kind of trick kids, but it's very orangey and it works well with just apple. But if you have carrot with something like spinach, it turns it really dark and cloudy, and the aesthetics need to be just as important as the taste when it comes down to, I guess, tricking kids into drinking raw vegetables. Okay, so let's crack on. Again, keep it simple, as always, and feel free to make variations of these kind of recipes. Apple in the bottom, very simple, very straightforward. Feed the spinach in afterwards, as such, just pack it in tight. Then what you want to do is add about half a lime, something like this, with the rind on. We're going to add a bit of zing to this recipe. And then we're going to have some raw beetroot. Now, I only want a little bit of raw beetroot, something about this amount, it will turn everything red. And then we add the other apple on top. We're going to sprinkle some cinnamon in at the end. So we just put it onto number 2, feed it all the way through. Now watch, as soon as you can see the spinach, different colors, the apple, the spinach, and then we're going to watch. Look at the beetroot coming through there. Now this looks like a fruit juice. Again, you can easily trick them. Because it looks like a fruit juice, you're going to tell them that it is a fruit juice. If you start telling them it's got raw beetroot and spinach, they'll probably never talk to you again. Over ice as well. Always over ice. It tastes nice and cool. The key is, of course, not to let them watch you make it. In fact, the younger the child, it's really weird, but actually they get involved in the whole making it process. In fact, I've known 3, 4-year-olds, they literally jump up on the work surface and start making juice. And they love it. And they don't mind feeding through the beetroot and the spinach. They get all excited because you tell them how good it is for them. But for those that are slightly older sometimes, they know what spinach is and beetroot, and they've learned to hate the stuff. So you call this something like a raspberry surprise. And again, the surprise is there's no raspberry in it at all. But you tell them there's some lime in it as well. Kids tend to love lime. Oh, that tastes really limey, really zesty. Now to bring that down slightly, what we add is a pinch of cinnamon, a little bit of spice to this juice. Now, some people think that children won't like cinnamon. Now, if you have too much, it's going to overpower. So you literally need almost like a pinch of cinnamon just on top. And it adds like a little bit of weight to the juice. You want to stir in the cinnamon. And what it does, it really complements the taste of the lime and the sweetness of the beetroot as well. So you can smell it. Just the smell of cinnamon, children tend to love. And you get the zinginess of the lime as well, and you can taste the cinnamon. This is rich in so many different vitamins and minerals. It's live food, it's live juice. You know, more and more children now are suffering with their health, and parents always say, I can't get my kids to eat healthily. So again, I'll repeat this point throughout the entire DVD. If you cannot get them to eat healthily, get them to drink healthily. Make the effort. Cheers.